Listen up, Rangers. Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve. We got some YMS figures. I'm doing great outside of technical difficulties on my dumb end. But anyways, yeah, no, it's doing great. What I got here is some Godzilla figures that I got from YMSF, which I got straight from them, which I found out if you go on their Facebook page, they post figures up for sale on there, and also they show like what they have in the works. So definitely go. Decided to order a few things. Specifically, I ordered these because I could get more than just one video out of them. That and I don't know, I just thought that it was kind of cool to get them this way. Facebook. They weren't that expensive because these guys are unpainted, which you can get normal painted versions, kind of like which is pretty much your straight like Bandai looking vinyl figure. They run depends on the monster, but between I'd say 60 to 70 bucks is the usual price. These guys ran about 45. The Minya set I think was 47. I can see if I can find you guys a link real quick. Toss it in the chat. Hold on a minute. That probably would have been a good idea to have beforehand. I guess this one here. Coming back. There you go. And then you just message them and just let them know which monsters that you want. And they'll make posts regularly about what the figures are, how much they charge to ship stateside. The monster arts, I more than likely won't be doing a custom of. I haven't gotten the con stuff yet. So I'm not exactly certain how well these are going to do in views personally. Then, I don't know. I just wasn't a super big fan of them. The Mecha Kong they have is really sweet. But the con, like the actual con, not my favorite suit, so I don't know. Oh yeah, they got a few of the Monster Arts ones come out. But anyways, let's get to the unboxing. So I already caught it. I haven't actually looked at them yet. It's the way they shipped it. The box is over top of the other box. So it's like a sleeve. That would be sweet. I still want to buy Alante personally. Yeah, I was going to say that, and I would assume maybe somebody would actually just send me the Mechagodzilla to work on. Just like Crazy's talking about. Yes, but the figures are pretty sweet. I probably should look and kind of see which one's which. All right, so I guess we're doing the 64 first. But they're all bubble wrapped here. It is quite a bit of money, but you are getting die-cast parts. He's a little bit bigger than some of the other ones. Ew. The plastic's reflecting everything. Got like 3 different lights on behind the laptop. Yeah, we'll do the 62. I figure I'll go over this once. It was the first one. I'm going to save the 67 because that's probably the one I'm actually most excited about because I don't have a figure of that suit in particular, at least a good, like a solid one. But here's a Godzilla comes out of the box. Sculpt-wise looks really good. He's not like he's a vinyl. He feels a little not quite like a normal Bandai vinyl. Like he's a little more sturdy feeling, which is nice. Dorsal spines look cool though. Son of Godzilla. That's the 67 one. This one is from Godzilla versus Mothra or The Thing. We do need the Monster Godzilla. Hopefully they listen to that Twitter. But you can see detailing of the stomach looks really good. Neck's looking fine. This guy's 3 toes, which is correct. A little bit of gapping for the dorsal spines, but it's like a Bandai vinyl, so I kind of figure that much. Jet Jaguar would be sweet. I could see them doing just like a Robot Spirits for Jet Jaguar. Hey, Patricia. Yeah, I've seen the Spider-Man figures. They look cool. Personally, I'm not going to be getting them, but they're pretty sweet. The ones I'm excited about is the Power Ranger ones they announced. They are making Eye Guy, which is one of my more favorite monsters. Oh yeah, Zilla would be fantastic. To be honest, like I kind of wish they would do a Zilla, because then I can at least get like a cool vinyl one. Because the sculpts that they do are really nice. Because even like the head looks fantastic. Which they do painted ones, which I'm curious to see the 62 because not knocking them, but I think I could do a little better on the coloring. That's one of the reasons why I got these blank is just because I can just make them look like how I want. That and I kind of want versions of these guys I don't have in my collection. So like the 62 or 67, I'll probably do normal. 62, I'm probably gonna do like a atomic version because I don't have one personally, even though I've done a few for people. This one I might do the same. I might do the atomic, or I might make them look dirty. I'm not certain yet. I'm trying to see if I can get his tail in without heating it up. Oh, yep, that just popped right in. Almost. I can't get this bottom piece in. I'm shaking the camera a lot. There we go. So here he is with his tail on. Oh, Slunga as an SH monster starts to be really dope. Kamun could be sweet. Like I said, like for monster arts, like pretty much any figure would be just awesome. Just like the 1955, I think. All right, this is like this is a 62. I was like, he feels a little heftier than everybody, which should. Oh, for sure. I should bust the crap out of that one just to be give. We're gonna make 64 a rainbow. Something like that. All right, but he's wrapped just like the previous one. Ugh. So far, I'm actually really happy with these. These two are a little cheaper. Like I mentioned, they're about like $65 a piece for them. We'll just pop the tail on now. Make sure I got all the pegs in. But here's the 62, which looks really good too. Now looking, like having it in hand, his head sculpt does seem slightly off to me. Nothing horrendous, but I think he's got a little bit too like a much of a uniform line. Like there should maybe be a little bit more of a dip there. But he's definitely got that Muppet front profile, so we're doing solid. Dorsal spines look good. A little bit more gapping on the back than maybe I'd like to see. We can kind of fix that in post-production, probably. Also, with these guys, you do get a little bit of articulation. I don't think I mentioned that. But you can see here, like the hands can rotate a little bit for this one. Same with the feet. I think the feet are the things that is superposable. The tail doesn't want to stay on. Was there these little pegs? You think it would. Again, I probably got to heat those up to really do these right. Just trying to rotate them into place, but they pop off fairly easy. Well, to be fair, for Monster Arts, they really like doing repaints, so it's a good possibility because I imagine the base one isn't going to have any beam effects. I'd be surprised. But they can make an extra one. Yeah, Ready Player One would be sweet. Granted, they got that bootleg one, which kind of does a pretty solid job right off the get go. Then, if we haven't got one already, I don't think it would be very high up on the totem pole for Monster Arts, but would be dope. Oh yeah, for the Beast of Mesozoics, I know we're getting one or two of them because that's more my wife's thing. So usually she's the one that ends up ordering those. Like the T-Rex ones, I might end up grabbing. Because for the most part, the dinosaurs he's released aren't my personal favorites. So I haven't really grabbed any personally. He does like Dilophosaurus and stuff, though I'd be way more inclined. Angers be cool. It wouldn't be the first one I choose though, at least for me. It would make sense for what they've released so far. I still would like a Showa one. Like they should make a 55 box set. So we get 55 Godzilla and Anguirus out of the way, just like one little container. Just make it like 150-ish. Doing good, Abraham. What's up, Nick Cage? All right. One I'm most excited about is the probably ugliest Godzilla suit of them all. The 67. Oh, yeah, there's Minya. He's handing out the baggie. All right. Plus this open. They have announced that they're making a Final Wars Godzilla. Not a secret. We made a video. But yeah. So for you guys, there is one. Doing good, guy. Godzilla. Hopefully I said that right. Personally, Zilla. Because I don't really like the GMK Ghidorah. So Zilla, that's a pretty easy one. Arnaz would be 100% on board with a Gabra. But look at him. He's adorable. He just wants his big Papa Godzilla. Actually, this looks a lot better than I thought. The body doesn't line up quite right. Which I think is fine. It's not super off. Then when you paint it up, it's going to look a lot better. But detail on the scale, like the skin looks really good. Love the head. Granted, it needs some Kamacuruses to beat the crap out of them. That'll be hopefully at some point. We'll be able to get those. But yeah, I'm digging this one. He can stand up on a high note. Do good, Patricia. Pretty much. It's kind of the thing I like about like baby Minya. Stuff that got a more pug quality to him. Like he's even got the nose. They'll be geek chests for sure. Because each of these guys will probably get a review, and then I'll be doing. We'll paint them up, so there'll be videos for that as well. Just in case if you guys are, because I want to do the video reviews, just in case you guys are interested in picking. Oh. What the heck? That looks good. To be fair, it looks like the 67. God, this is an ugly suit, but I love it. Like even the dorsal spines are like ugly compared to the other guys. They just kind of go all over the place. It's easily like the most hodgepodge looking suit, I feel. Like he's even got the dad belly going on. This one's sweet. Pretty much that's how it was in the movie. Oh, to reskin a NECA? Well, to be fair, you would probably just need a 64 and just head swap. Would get you there. Like the spines would maybe be a little bit off, but other than that, but you can also just take the spines off this. You'd probably be a little big. I don't know how well because his head definitely looks tiny compared to the NECA. No, you could probably actually just make him, just give him joints, just cut him up and give him joints. That would be an option. It would be a little harder to do, but probably the more proportioned way to go with it. Definitely reminds me of Big Head. I hope that, like we mentioned in the review, when we reviewed the anime, I hope they just keep going with monster arts for that one. Because personally, I like all the monsters in the forms. This tale might be a little bit more complicated. If you hear something in the background, my dog's kind of snoring on the couch over there. But I don't have a Bandai 1962. It's kind of why I got it. Almost got it. One side is giving me a fit. I do not. I do not have the variant. A variant. I know they have one. I'm kind of trying to hold out because since they made these unpainted, I would like unpainted versions of those two because they do Megalon. There's a Varan. They have Kamunga and Ebra. And I really would like an Ebra. There we go. Here it is with the tail on. Now, I will say they're not like the most posable things because for the most part, like for the legs here, they're kind of just like you can move them a little bit, but they're not really meant to move. His arms, though, probably get the best range of motion out of them. And same with the tail, you definitely get a better range with the tail here than you do with the other ones. Warbad be cool. The only thing that sucks about Warbad is you'd have to be on a stand. Because I can't imagine the tail really being able to hold that thing up. Monsters would be amazing. Also, these guys are doing an Orga. They tease they're doing the Orga when it's got the Godzilla cells. So it has like the dorsal spine's kind of coming up out of the back and everything, and the mouth's like wide and gaping. I'm gonna get that for certain. That one just looks great. We do need Mudos. Mudos have been great. Granted, I just 3D printed myself a Mudo, so I have one that's in scale. But just to show you guys one more time, and then probably cut the stream here. So I was just going to kind of keep this a shorter one than what we normally do. But yeah, so far I'm really digging these. This one for certain. Like, it's going to be interesting kind of to paint this guy. And a little Minya to go with him. Although I'm probably going to have him just like... it's probably how I'll display it. Just him hanging on the tail here. Again with the 62. The 64. Which are relatively about the same size. I think the 64 is probably the most like accurate looking one to me. He's probably the most off with the face. It's not dramatic, but a little bit. And 62, which is the biggest one out of the lot, which is cool to see. So if you guys again are interested, there was a link in the chat. I could drop it back in real quick if you guys would like to go check them out. But I definitely recommend them. Super sweet. Really easy to order from too, because it's just PayPal. It's pretty simple. Just make sure when you send the money, you send it in yen, not American. But other than that, that's pretty much the only real prerequisite. Yeah, I see the Nekacons are on Big Bad. I'm hoping they get the McCready from The Thing, because his is supposed to be up now too, being just a Target exclusive. So I can actually get a hold of one. I would like to, but it's upstairs currently, so I can't really go grab it. I got him from the 150. I managed to snag him off E-Nights. So I got him for what the other ones are going for. Just kind of skimming through the chat real quick. Make sure I didn't really miss anything. Oh yeah, they do have the Gargantuous too. Forgot to mention that. I never really liked to wear the Gargantuous personally, so I don't really need them. If these guys do pretty solid here on the channel, I'd be way more inclined to pick them up. But I figure I'll wait and see, because since it's not like Bandai or X Plus for that matter, I don't know how well they're gonna do. So right now I'm just kind of getting the ones that I wanted personally. And like I mentioned, I kind of plan on getting a few of their other ones. I'm just kind of waiting to see if they make some more unpainted ones so I can mess around with them personally. The next figure that'll be up on the channel is going to be a My Hero Academia figure. Hoping to work on it today or tonight, so that'll be up tomorrow. But it'll be a fun one. The next couple of reviews are going to be more anime focused, and then we'll be back to doing Godzillas with these ones specifically. Not at the moment. I do have a bunch of extra ones, so maybe I should let Arnez borrow one. It's the same with the Shin Godzilla that everybody keeps asking. That one's going to be more of a special occasion one. Like I definitely would need a reason to be smashing that dude. So, for instance, maybe if we got like a bunch of Patreons, or set up like a kind of like a little task. Like if we hit a certain mark with something, we'll smash the Godzilla. But he's the only one I have, and I still like making fun of him. So, and I don't really want to. I feel dumb ordering another one, especially how bad it is. So, we'll wait and see. Because he's definitely not a Shin Godzilla I need to be in my collection, but video purposes, I like him hanging around. Yeah, we've been definitely doing a lot of Godzilla, but to be fair, like that's pretty much what a majority of the people that are subscribed to this channel are here for. So definitely want to focus on that a little bit more than the other stuff, even though I do like quite a bit of variety. But got to give you guys what you want. But still going to do a few animes because I think the My Hero Academia will just be a fun video. Because a lot of the anime stuff that we review, I think is just fun. That, or I personally don't see a whole heck of a lot of it, so try to put it up. Yeah, plus Shin's a really good character. Though I will say we did find another Trendmaster Zilla. Arnez found one in one of his old boxes, so that could maybe be a thing at some point. Although it personally would hurt me to do it, even though it's an extra one, because we'd have to do some kind of skit with it. Oh, Zilla, he's somewhere over there. Usually a few of the monsters kind of just hang out down here, even though I don't really have any like my Godzilla, like what I consider giant monster stuff, is all upstairs. The only thing down here really is like Power Rangers, but that's sort of a different realm for me. Lost my train of thought. Anyways, so that's why I only have a couple of Godzilla figures down here, and again, it's kind of the ones that get used a lot in videos. So it's like Shin and Zilla predominantly. Like Red sitting over there on top of some Funko Pops that I still got to put for sale. The puppet's hanging out over there. I still got the Gremlin puppet over here that I got to mess around with. Yeah, he just kind of hides around. Right? Well, Zilla would be hard to do on a live stream anyway. I have to be in character the entire time. Just busting out the puppet. Just do that for a solid 25 minutes. Might have to do it one time. I know it got brought up when I was doing that interview with Ultrazilla that he should have been interviewing the puppet and not me. That would have been fun. I have not. Most of my 3D printing's been for other people currently. So, like, I have beams for sale. I probably should have grabbed some, but if you guys, I guess I can get that for you too, would like to check out my Instagram. I can get to it easy enough. I'll toss this here as well if you guys would be interested. But over here and on our or in the description, we also have our Instagram for here. But I've been making beams for Monster Arts figures and Playmates. So we have a red beam, That's more for the Playmates Mecha Godzilla, but it would also be good for the SH Monsters Mecha Godzilla. I do have a Discord, but it's for Patreons. Just to kind of keep it basic. Like you're definitely here for what we're doing if you're over up on our Patreon. So we're keeping it that. That one's $3. But anyways, making beams. So for the Playmates Mecha Godzilla, that will also work with the Monstars as a red beam. There's a blue beam that's meant for legendary, so it's more flame looking. With the metallic blue, it's got pearl in the blue plus metallics over top of it to make it kind of pop. Yeah, plus I already had a few people order stuff too, which hopefully should be arriving soon. And I shipped out some more of them today. And then finally we have the Hong Kong beam, which is him shooting the beam into the ground with the exploding effect on the bottom. That's the big one currently I have. And then I'm going to try to do some more. Also, with some of the ones I've already done, I want to do some other colors. So they kind of work with other monsters. Like, for instance, could do... It won't really work with him, but I want to do a clear... Doing a clear... The legendary beam in a clear resin with like a white frost over top of it to kind of work with like 54 or 55, like some of the old black and white ones. Okay, cool. I know they were going to take a little bit because they were first class, but a lot of that's just to make sure to keep shipping costs down. I was going to say, I had somebody order he ordered one of each. He was going to order multiples, but I guess we're waiting on it, which is fine because I kind of need more blue resin because I'm almost out of 2 of the 3 beams that I got currently. Sadly, I haven't sold any of the error beams, which I kind of figure some people would hop on just because you get more bang for your buck and they still look fine. But they were the ones that were slightly late, had slight issues with. Hi, Garcia. Yeah, we're going to be wrapping this up here. And I do plan on doing some more in the future, especially with tie-ins to when Monster Arts are coming out. Because I definitely want to do a singular point, but I got to get them in hand so I can make sure it works before I put them up for sale. Same thing with, I want to do one for 89, do a more traditional Heisei beam, and then Final Wars is probably going to need one too. Yeah, because the beams I did, I've 3D, they're 3D modeled and printed, which isn't super complicated, but it's still time consuming. Yeah, that's the other thing too. I'd like to do some different beams. Like I could make them the order still. So if somebody wants, I could do red, blue, green. I could mix, but that's a little harder. Or do clear with like some pearl effects into it to give it a little bit more color. It's that's probably how I'm going to do the Ghidorah beams because I also want to make some like big flashy beams. So for 2019 Ghidorah, I think it would be cool to do some beams. And you can do that with the translucent resin with like a gold flake in it. Yeah, Amazon can get expensive, especially if we're talking Monster. It's like you gotta kind of hop on those guys when they go up for pre-order. Otherwise, you're gonna pay an arm and a leg for them afterwards. It almost always happens with them, outside of like the ones that are reissued into the ground, and even they get expensive eventually. But anyways, I think we're going to call it good here. So help us defeat those Kaiju by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. We also got Instagram, Patreon, Pinterest, Facebook. Guys, like to keep up the day with channel doing it. We greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Well, Blyce. Belly button baby sweep. I know I definitely want to do that one too. Just to kind of, if I made more Super Godzillas for people, that'd be something to look into. But anyways, see you guys. We're going to hit the button.